Once the shots were fired that started the Mexican War, and once war was declared, the war actually moved fairly quickly. The United States suffered no major losses. Interestingly, many of the Civil War generals we're going to come to know, people like General Grant, Robert E. Lee, gained most of their experience during the Mexican War. The United States quickly took California. In fact, they got to California and established that as an independent republic, and later part of the United States, even before they had any major battle into the Mexican territories. They quickly, within a few weeks, began to invade Mexico. Very rapidly, they had actually surrounded and had laid siege to Mexico City. There is a lot going on strategically in these battles. But for our sake, we just need to know that the war was rather quick. The United States suffered no major losses, and they demanded the Mexican government give the United States essentially what amounts to the northern half of Mexico. It is the entire southwestern chunk of the modern United States. We call it the Mexican Cession. Now, the United States gave the Mexicans about $15 million for this territory, but the Mexicans didn't want to give it up. The Mexican Cession is a huge gain for America territorially, but it does set up an adversarial relationship with Mexico. The Mexican government and Mexican people in general really were irritated and angered by this war, leading all the way into the 20th century. Some might even argue that our modern issues in our Mexican-American relationship can stem back all the way to this Mexican War 150, almost 200 years ago now. The Mexicans were interested in at least listening to the Germans and their Zimmerman note during World War I because people were still alive that remembered this and were resentful of that action. So a lot of stuff's happening here with the outcomes of the Mexican-American War.